Hi, my name is Laura.
My name's Laurence.
Together we wrote and directed A Disappearance.
So Disappearance is about a former celebrity psychic medium tries to intervene in a local missing child case in order to claw back her fame. What inspired the story and grabbed you as a filmmaker to make it?
Quite a few years ago we made a documentary about small town psychics around the Greater London area, and that was the kind of like starting point of the short, and just our interest in kind of like fringe beliefs and just small groups with that encourage or follow these fringe beliefs. What difficulties did you have to overcome to make a film?
So like any film, there was a lot of difficulties. Obviously the central scene of the film, at some point we both had the same idea at the same time that it could be a single take, and that obviously comes with a lot of challenges, considering it was about 8 minutes long, and no one in our crew had ever experienced doing a take that long. So just lots of hard preparation, and actually it went kind of more smoothly than we anticipated. But I'm sure it was more smooth for us as directors than it was for anybody else on set. So thanks to everyone for putting up with us. Was the subject matter difficult to shoot, and how do you think you did in portraying it?
The subject matter, which is, well, there's a kind of like tragedy at the core, so it was just about making it, you know, on set, especially during the scene where we have someone suffering from that tragedy, being swept into the performance of a psychic on stage. We had to just make sure that the atmosphere was kept a bit light on set, I guess, and in terms of portraying it, we just hope we did right by it, and we hope we gave a realistic insight into kind of like small town psychic events. How long did it take you to finally lock in the script?
So it took a while. We were developing the script for a couple of years. We went through a couple of development schemes to do that, and initially the script was a lot longer. We had a lot more locations, and kind of over time we whittled it down to what the kind of core of the story was, and decided to focus it mainly on this main central performance. Yeah. And the kind of relationship between the psychic and her manager, and I think that the script benefited from that, because I think we were trying to do too much with a short film, but it did take a couple of years to get the script down to that slightly more focused state. How long have you been making films for?
6-7 years, maybe more. What about you?
It depends. Like, trying to make films like since I was like 15, I guess, but didn't do anything that could be anything close to like decent until about 5 or 6 years ago, I guess.
Would you do it all again the same way? If not, what would you change?
It's just tiring me out thinking about doing it all again. It took so long.
I had fun. I'm not sure our producer did, but we had fun.
Yeah, the shoot especially was fun, and it was great to get back on set again, because it's so rare that you get the chance to do that, really. But yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe trim the first scene a bit.
Yeah.
Like rewrite that,
yeah.
Make it a lot more focused, and kind of come in with just like a short, interesting punch before going to the main scene.
Who inspires you as a filmmaker?
It's got to be you. No. anyone who treats people with respect and courtesy on a film set or a film production and doesn't undermine anyone's well-being for the sake of making a film.
And me.
And you there, I was being honest. What camera did you shoot the film on?
So we shot on an Arri Alexa Mini with an easy rig for a long take and I believe Zeiss primes.
I think so.
But you would have to ask our cinematographer Tian, who did an excellent job of lighting the film and shooting it and bearing with us. What's next for you and your team?
So we're currently developing a first feature, and we have a couple of scripts we're working on, but the most developed is Flamingo Land, which is a UK-based road movie.